Welcome to the thrilling world of wildlife encounters. In this captivating video, the Bestmediatv tells about the 30 moments when a bear fight, a swarm of savage bees over honey, animal fight. Don't miss a second of the action. Like and subscribe Bestmediatv for more exciting content and endless fun. Bear versus honeybees. In the video, you can see a black bear attempting to search for honey in the trees. He's trying to find the honey because bears love honey. On the other hand, bees protect the honey. You can see bees swarming all over his body. The bear searches for the honey using his legs. He finally finds the honey, but the bees protect it. Bees cannot be eaten by the bear. You can see him running away from there. Here, the black bear is eating honey from the tree. In a typical encounter between a bear and bees, the outcome largely depends on various factors such as the species of bear, the size of the bee colony, and the bear's behavior. Here's how such a confrontation might play out. Discovery of the hive. The bear may stumble upon a beehive while foraging for food in the forest. Bears have a keen sense of smell and are attracted to the scent of honey, which leads them to bee colonies. Disturbance of the hive. Upon discovering the hive, the bear might attempt to access the honey inside. This could involve swatting at the hive or trying to break it open with its claws or teeth. Aggressive response. From bees. The disturbance of the hive triggers a defensive response from the bees. They swarm out in large numbers to protect their colony, stinging the bear in the process. Bear's reaction. Depending on the severity of the bee attack, the bear may react in different ways. Some bears may retreat immediately upon feeling the stings, while others may become more aggressive in their attempts to access the honey. Escalation. As the conflict escalates, the bees continue to sting the bear, aiming for sensitive areas such as the eyes, nose, and mouth. The bear may try to swat at the bees or roll on the ground in an attempt to dislodge them. Outcome. In many cases, the bear eventually retreats from the bee attack, seeking refuge elsewhere in the forest. However, if the bear is particularly determined or aggressive, it may persist in its attempts to access the honey, enduring numerous stings in the process. Overall, while bears are formidable animals, they are not immune to the defensive tactics of bees. In most cases, the discomfort caused by bee stings is enough to deter the bear from pursuing the honey further. Bear species. Different species of bears may react differently to bee encounters. For example, black bears are generally more arboreal and may climb trees to access beehives, while grizzly bears are more likely to use their strength to break into ground-based hives. Bee species. The species of bee involved also plays a role. While honeybees are the most well-known for their defensive behavior, other bee species, such as bumblebees or solitary bees, may react differently to a bear intrusion. Size of the bee colony. The size of the bee colony can significantly impact the intensity of the defensive response. Larger colonies with more bees are capable of inflicting more stings on the bear, potentially causing greater discomfort and pain. Bear's prior experience. Bears that have had previous encounters with bees may exhibit learned behaviors. For example, bears that have experienced the pain of bee stings before may be more cautious when approaching beehives in the future. Environmental factors. Environmental conditions, such as weather and terrain, can influence the outcome of the encounter. For example, strong winds may make it more difficult for bees to effectively defend bees may lead bears to develop aversions to certain areas or behaviors. For example, if a bear consistently experiences painful bee stings while foraging for honey, it may learn to avoid beehives altogether in the future. Overall, while bears are formidable creatures, they are not invulnerable, and encounters with bees can pose significant challenges and risks. These interactions highlight the complex dynamics that exist between different species in natural ecosystems. Size and strength. Bears are significantly larger and stronger than bees. A bear could easily overpower a single bee with its size and strength. Aggression. Bees, particularly honeybees, can be aggressive when defending their hive. They may sting an intruder repeatedly, even if it's much larger than them. However, this is more of a threat to smaller animals or humans rather than a bear. Vulnerability. While a bear might not be overly threatened by a single bee, if it disturbs a beehive or a swarm of bees. Bear versus bears. Bear versus bear fights. Bears can be territorial animals, especially during mating season or when resources like food are scarce. When two bears encounter each other in the wild, they may engage in fights to establish dominance or defend their territory. These fights can be intense and potentially dangerous, but they are a natural part of bear behavior. How bears live. Bears are typically solitary animals, except during mating season or when a mother is caring for her cubs. They inhabit various habitats, including forests, mountains, tundra, and Arctic regions. Bears are omnivores, meaning they eat both plants and animals. Bears, like many other animals, may engage in fights with each other for various reasons, primarily related to competition for resources, territory, or mates. Here are some common reasons why bears might fight. Territorial disputes. Bears can be territorial animals, especially dominant males. They may fight to establish or defend their territory, which provides them with access to food resources, mating opportunities, and shelter. Encroachment by another bear into their territory can trigger aggressive behavior. Mating competition. During the breeding season, male bears may compete for access to females. This competition can lead to fights between rival males, vying for dominance and mating rights. Female bears may also display aggressive behavior towards potential mates if they are not receptive to their advances. Resource competition. In areas with limited food sources, bears may compete for access to resources such as berries, nuts, fish, or small mammals. When resources become scarce, competition intensifies, and bears may resort to aggression to secure food for themselves or their offspring. Defense of offspring. Mother bears are fiercely protective of their cubs and will aggressively defend them against perceived threats, including other bears. Intruding bears, especially males, pose a danger to bear cubs, prompting defensive behavior from the mother. Dominance. Hierarchy. Within bear populations, there is often a social hierarchy based on dominance and submission. Bears may engage in ritualized displays of aggression to establish their rank within the hierarchy, or to challenge the dominance of other bears, and ensure the survival of the fittest individuals. Scavenging and food competition. Bears are opportunistic feeders and may scavenge on carcasses or food left behind by other animals. Competition over scavenged food sources can lead to confrontations between bears, especially if one bear feels its access to the food is threatened by another. Displacement due to environmental changes. Environmental factors such as habitat destruction, human encroachment, or natural disasters can displace bears from their traditional territories. This displacement can lead to increased encounters between bears as they seek new areas for foraging, breeding, and denning, potentially resulting in conflicts over limited resources, injuries, or weakness. Bears that are injured, sick, or weakened may be more vulnerable to aggression from other bears seeking to exploit their perceived weakness. In such cases, stronger or healthier bears may target weaker individuals, either to eliminate competition or as an opportunistic prey. Social learning and conditioning. Bears, particularly younger individuals, may learn aggressive behaviors through social interactions with other bears, or through conditioning based on past experiences. Bears that have successfully used aggression to obtain resources or establish dominance in the past may be more likely to resort to aggression in future interactions. Misinterpretation of signals. Sometimes bear interactions escalate into fights due to miscommunication or misinterpretation of social signals. What might begin as a display of dominance or assertiveness can escalate into physical aggression if one bear perceives a threat or challenge where none was intended. Sexual aggression. In some cases, male bears may exhibit aggressive behavior towards females during mating attempts. This can occur if a male bear approaches a female who is not receptive to mating, or if multiple males compete for the attention of a single female. Understanding these various factors can provide insights into the complex dynamics of bear behavior and the circumstances that may lead to conflicts between individuals. Bear species. Different species of bears may react differently to bee encounters. For example, black bears are generally more arboreal and may climb trees to access beehives, while grizzly bears are more likely to use their strength to break into ground-based hives. Bee species. The species of bee involved also plays a role. While honeybees are the most well-known for their defensive behavior, other bee species, such as bumblebees or solitary bees, may react differently to a bear intrusion. Size of the bee colony. The size of the bee colony can significantly impact the intensity of the defensive response. Larger colonies with more bees are capable of inflicting more stings on the bear, potentially causing greater discomfort and pain. Bears' prior experience. Bears that have had previous encounters with bees may exhibit learned behaviors. For example, bears that have experienced the pain of bee stings before may be more cautious when approaching beehives in the future. Environmental factors. Environmental conditions, such as weather and terrain, can influence the outcome of the encounter. For example, strong winds may make it more difficult for bees to effectively defend their hive, while dense vegetation may provide the bear with cover. Bear versus tiger. Bears and tigers are both apex predators, meaning they occupy the top of their respective food chains. While they might not typically encounter each other in the wild due to differences in habitats, bears are found in various habitats, including forests, mountains, and tundra. Dominance or assertiveness can escalate into physical aggression if one bear perceives a threat. Bear versus lions. Bears and lions are territorial animals. If their territories were to overlap due to changes in habitat or human encroachment, they might engage in confrontation. Bear versus swarm deer. Bears may attack other animals. Hunting for food. Bears are opportunistic predators and scavengers, and they will sometimes prey on deer when the opportunity arises. However, Bears are not specialized hunters like wolves or big cats. Instead, they primarily feed on vegetation, insects, fish, and occasionally small mammals. Deer are not a primary prey species for bears, but bears may hunt deer if they are easy to catch, or if other food sources are scarce. Bears typically hunt deer by ambushing them or chasing them down over short distances. They may target young, weak, or injured deer, as they are easier to catch. Bears will use their size and strength to overpower the deer, either by swiping with their powerful paws or by delivering a crushing bite to the neck or head. It's important to note that bear attacks on deer are relatively rare compared to other predators like wolves or mountain lions. Bears are more likely to scavenge carcasses or feed on deer Bears and tigers are both apex predators, meaning they occupy the top of their respective food chains. While they might not typically encounter each other in the wild due to differences in habitats, bears are found in various habitats, including forests, mountains, and tundra, while tigers are primarily found in forests and grasslands of Asia. Conflicts could arise if their territories overlap, or if they compete for resources such as food or territory.